summer holidays.
Talking about the
Summer
summer.
holidays.
Well,
And
since the end of the
associated.
summer holidays, and we're back to normal and routine and such like. Seems an apt topic.
Yes, well, it's a
Does
glorious day today to do something on summer holidays.
are
Isn't
we
it?
are we receiving something classed as an Indian summer? Do you think?
Yeah.
We often get
Well, then,
that,
no, is
don't
that? Hold on, is that not when it goes into September?
we? Roughly, yeah. Do you think we're going to receive that, or are we done?
Well, we've kind of had that in the past when we've had a crap summer, haven't we? When
Yeah.
general summer has not been great. However, I'd welcome an Indian summer, as well as the great summer that we've had, and that would be
So there's
quite
two
good.
things
Or
there.
barbecues.
Burning question, which our huge audience is wanting to know: why is it called an Indian summer? And
Okay.
second question: when do you get an Indian summer? Because summer,
Hmm.
logical, can't say it. Summer finishes at the end of August, but officially summer doesn't finish until the 20th of September. Um,
Is that right?
yeah,
Well,
20th of
the
September.
term Indian summer, this is the great thing about
Okay.
being in front of your desktop, because a little bit of desktop doing it. The term Indian summer refers to a spell of unusually warm, calm, and hazy weather in autumn, but its exact origin is uncertain. Well, that's a shit answer.
What I think the answer is, right?
It's something to do with Native Americans, right?
Well, I learned this. I learned this pretty recently. Is why Scotland's weather is unpredictable is because we lie in the center of five different weather streams. Apparently,
Okay.
a few years back, you'll remember something called Beast from the East, right?
Yeah.
Essentially came from Russia. But we can also get weather from India, which is a slightly different angle. We can get it coming up from Africa, or we can go from Latin America, or over from like Canada, or Latin America, Canada, and then straight down from the Arctic. So we lie in the middle of five different weather streams, right? So
None of them.
So just in
well,
case,
India's kind of slowly but surely, yes, it
just in
would come
case
over.
anyone's tuned in and they've instantly turned off and thought this just three guys talking about
It was a
the weather.
boring way to start. I apologize.
We may be better give a little bit of context as to
Yes, go on,
what this
Craig.
is
In
about.
context.
And the four walls, essentially, it's not just to talk about the weather.
Sometimes.
It's a concept around a safe and open space to talk about whatever you like, and within these four walls. Andrew?
Yeah, idea being that we've got some fabulous comments to make on, well, today, summer holidays was a topic, unscripted.
As you can see,
Hopefully, dear listeners, we're going to push the boundaries a little bit. We've been on very safe ground over recent months, and so we think we might just be a little slightly more extreme, but we won't offend anyone too much as we go through. I
really?
don't know how you
We
can
should
offend
say
anyone
we should
about
say
some
that we'll
things
try
anymore.
not to. Is
Yeah, I think that's
But it's very difficult not to offend someone these days.
yeah.
So,
So we're definitely going to offend someone then, is what
Oh
you're
yeah,
saying.
100. I think we offended somebody when we called it an Indian summer.
Oh my
I can
goodness.
almost guarantee it.
I said Native American. That's
Is that worse? I don't know if it's worse.
Well, I mean, I'd be really happy if there were Native Americans listening. I think we're safe for the time being, unless
Global
someone's
audience.
offended on behalf of them. Could be the case,
Who
but that's a
knows?
different.
Who knows?
That's a whole
Yeah.
different conversation.
Mind
People
you,
who are
I don't know
offended on
whether
behalf
we're
of
accused
other
of
people.
cultural appropriation. Dear me.
So summer holidays.
Well,
Summer
that's,
holidays.
that's the thing. I
How
mean,
was your summer holidays, guys?
I haven't been yet.
So you're going for an Indian summer holiday.
I went for an Indian summer
to
holiday. Yeah.
India, or
No,
that's a shame.
Greece, which is it's a bit closer, I guess.
Bit closer. Still hot until about October time, right?
But I think everyone's. I get the impression that everyone's had a pretty good summer holiday.
Excellent.
I would like to point
Weather
out.
and things like that. There's been a lot going on behind the scenes that's got nothing particularly to do with summer holidays, but
No, of course.
in terms of the usual ingredients of summer, things like weather and events and stuff for people to go to, there seems to be a lot happening. Actually, it's been quite good.
Do you
Yeah.
know, I would like to point out in about 3 months' time, when we're sitting around about November, December time, someone will turn around and go, "Oh, what's summer? We didn't get a summer." I guarantee it because it happens
Oh, this
every
has been the
single
best
year.
one since COVID. This is without a doubt been the best one.
Hottest summer on record for Aberdeen specifically, I believe. Certainly some of the
Oh,
days.
really?
I believe so, yeah.
So
But
it got into the high teens, did it?
yeah, I think it reached 15.
Yeah,
apparently so.
Aberdonians were walking about literally melting.
It was dreadful, like genuinely dreadful. And for me anyway, I've got like a 9-month-old daughter at home, and we were stressing out because we couldn't cool the house down. We've got thermometers
Yeah, we're
throughout the
not
house.
prepared for it. I get that.
Genuinely, we were a bit annoyed at the fact that we had a winter baby, right? But it's easier to control the weather when it's winter here because you could heat it up. We don't have the equipment necessary to cool the place down, so it stresses
It's
us out.
yeah, it's
Well,
why
that
you
was
get
a
the problems in London and things, isn't it? Like
Mm.
we go on holiday, I was in Dubai, and that was 35 to 40. But when you're outside,
well,
right?
that's
Hottest,
really unusual. Somebody from Aberdeen going to Dubai.
hot,
I know,
hottest,
right?
hottest summer on record in Aberdeen. It wasn't quite hot enough for you, Craig.
But the point is you're in swim shorts and stuff. You've got
Of
pools,
course.
you've got the sea, but every time you're inside in somewhere like Dubai, it's air conditioned.
Yeah.
And this is it because you say, well, Scottish people, British people always complain about the weather. The reason being is because we're usually, we've usually got cold weather. We're complaining about that. And we go abroad to get the heat because it is so hot. Places aren't air conditioned. Certainly houses aren't air conditioned.
No.
As you said, you can control the heat to make it warmer, but not to make it cooler.
So
So
can I throw an annoyance in then?
yeah,
There was a story in the middle of the summer when things were warm about a new flat that had been built. I think the story was based in London that had, as a result of government policy for insulation and to deal with climate emergency and to reduce dependency on greenhouse gases and all of that, people were saying that their houses were so hot they were unlivable in. And now there's talk, well, maybe we should be fitting refrigeration units so people have air conditioning in them to cope with the heat and so on. In other words, we can't make up mind up what we want to do.
that sounds about right.
Yeah, just sounds about right. Yeah.
Wow. Fair enough. I was on a call with a team in America, in the Midwest, and they were telling me that they're suffering through some Midwest heat wave, or I can't remember what the term they used, but we were talking about it, and now it's in Fahrenheit. So I was on the call. I was the only British person on the call, right? With a team of Americans, and I'm sitting there trying to translate Fahrenheit to Celsius. Apparently, it got up to 109 degrees where they were, which is 42. Um,
Wow.
but
That's
yeah,
good.
so that was great. I was like, yeah, and I tried to chime in with our chat saying, yeah, it's been a really hot summer here. So I translated it into Fahrenheit for them so they would all understand quickly. I went, yeah, I think it got up to 79, and none of them like they just dropped. They all just laughed.
Isn't that a thing that we do? Somebody commented on this, that in the summer we like to quote the temperature in Fahrenheit because it sounds big and
Yeah,
Yeah.
serious, so on. But in the winter we quote it in centigrade.
it sounds cold. That's why.
Yes.
We like to exaggerate it a little more. That's what it is.
You say, well, it's 30 degrees in Fahrenheit. No, we don't like that. It's -1, you mean? we we kind of like
That's a good
that.
point.
So,
Like the extremities.
yeah, we to make it extreme. I had two extreme quotes for you. We're obviously talking about global warming, weather, and all this nonsense that's been going on this summer because we've had some nice weather. Um, two headlines which struck me. There was another one. I'd blow it if I could find it. But one was Code Red for Humanity
Oh,
during one of the warm
Okay.
periods we
piss
had,
off.
and the other one, Britain is melting.
It is
It's
melting.
it's a headlines, isn't it? Do you remember the other one that came from I don't know if it was Number 10, but politicians, advisors, red weather warning, everyone stay indoors because it's sunny. What are you talking about? The world's gone mad. That would be in the olden days. The sun's out, the big orange thing in the sky. Get your kids to the beach, put them in the sea, wear sun cream, but by all accounts, go outdoors.
My
They're like,
God.
don't go out, don't leave the house. It's
You
hazy.
don't dare go. I tell you, I'm a really positive spin on what you just said. Lots of kids out playing.
Yeah,
We got a couple of beaches. Lots of kids out on the beach. What are they doing? Digging in the sand, skimming stones, and splashing
yeah,
back in the water. None of them sitting there with a phone in front of them and so on.
that's it.
Bit of warm weather. Get them to the beach, splash about.
Massive difference.
You don't need
Massive
anything.
difference.
You don't
No,
need
that's it.
right.
But then you do get some downsides because lots of people are out walking. And Andrew, I'm going to get something that's close to your heart here. And you get people out wandering and walking maybe where they wouldn't have done, but they also steal people's fruit from their fruit.
Yeah, that was the biggest story of the summer, I think. Fruit
It was
theft.
one of them.
Ooh. My God.
Well, there you go. Any other big stories from the summer that struck you? Anything particularly you came across that There were lots of videos of Brits mainly getting up at 5 in the morning to make sure they got a bed by the pool. Did you
Yeah,
see those?
see that's my idea of hell. Anywhere you have to go, anywhere a holiday
Yeah.
destination where you have to get up and run downstairs to put towels on a beach bed is, tell me so I can avoid them. I don't want
It's
places like
ridiculous.
that.
We were in Cyprus 2 years ago, I think it was, and that situation occurred right in the hotel, and I wasn't like, but I knew this before we booked it, right? Because research is key here. But what they also have is swim up pools to your room. You pay like I think it's about
I
200 euros
I
extra.
had one of those in Turkey last year.
Epic.
It was fantastic. It was
Yeah,
awesome.
it was epic. I woke up whenever I felt like it,
It
and
was
oh,
amazing.
pool's right in front of me.
Yeah.
It was amazing. But what you could also do now, I think this is either really it's ridiculous because of how busy the hotel was, or is the hotel being very clever? Is you can upgrade in the hotel, right? So if you don't have a swim up room, you can upgrade to get a gold band thing, right, where you
Where was
reserve
this?
in Cyprus,
Okay.
where you can reserve a sun lounger for your entire stay.
The gold band, I mean, it's genius
Very
getting by
clever.
the hotel, isn't it, for extra money?
It was 20
Pay
euros a
extra
day.
for a gold band so you can beat the Germans to your son.
Pretty much, yeah.
Realized I've annoyingly offended German people.
You
I
did,
just
yeah.
meant that's the stereotype, right?
Well, when we were in Crete last year, there was a problem with that, and we'd already paid for a top of the hill upgrade, and but we had interlopers from lower down
Ooh.
that were coming up. But the worst
Lesser
of it was
humans.
that what was happening, the hotel staff were busing these people up to the top of the hill in the little golf cart things. And when we told the manager this was happening, he said, "No, no, that's not happening." But sure enough, people were tipping the staff to get to the top of the hill early on a little go kart so they get to bed.
Or,
But we eventually stopped it. They eventually realised, hang on, this shouldn't be happening. And there were loads of beds for everyone. It was just the people.
you've got it, the entrepreneurship and the
Mhm.
the ideas of the lesser humans to
Yes,
actually do
absolutely.
that,
Yeah.
and the lesser caliber humans, lower caliber humans to actually do that is it just shows you that everyone can make it to the top of that hill.
We saw something, again, a Greek thing, that, and this may well be elsewhere, I don't know, that with beds on beaches, the closer you get to the sea, the more you have to pay to rent the bed,
Yeah.
type of thing.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's a really bad idea. Greece is notoriously windy. And of
Uh-huh.
course, what you also get, you're now forefront for the people walking along the beach selling trinkets. And
Oh my
so,
God.
whereas if you're a couple of rows back, you're protected from the spray. And also, well, I'm now going to offend the African gentlemen that are walking along the beach trying to sell you homemade bracelets and stuff.
Yeah, which you really need. Brilliant.
Yeah, if you don't
Look,
come back with one of those.
I
So
genuinely
Sean,
ruined
you've
my
been
holiday.
nowhere because you've obviously got
Nowhere
a
this
young
year. Yes,
a youngster, so you've just been melting in UK as per the headline.
Hmm.
Andrew,
absolutely. Yeah.
you haven't been, but you're going to Greece, so you'll have missed the forest fires and wildfires. Are they still ongoing?
I've not heard of any in the last couple of months. Plus, we're going to Santorini, so we've also missed
Okay.
volcanoes and earthquakes that are going on
But
because.
you will not miss the Instagram followers and influencers all in Santorini. That seems to be that in Mykonos is the two.
Well, hold on. That's assuming that we are not those people. Maybe you don't realize what we do in our off time. Yeah, we
But,
went. It's bizarre. We went to Ia, which is where you're talking about, where they see the sunset.
yeah.
Because you don't see that anywhere else in the world.
No, God, no.
And extraordinary. We were there, and people dress up, like really dress up
For
in
seeing the sun?
finery to see the sun go
Wow.
down. And then the sun sets, and they all go, "What happens now?"
What do you do now?
Because you can't get in the
Wow.
bars because they're so busy. So you get back on the bus.
Was there a guy selling bracelets there as well?
That's a really good question.
Because there should have been. I mean, if there's a
There
lot
should
of,
have
if
been.
there's
That would
anywhere
definitely.
there's a crowd, there'll be a guy
Yeah,
selling hats
yeah.
and bracelets. 100%. But it was the same because we've spoken about this as well, Craig, about Bali. I refuse to go to Bali now because of Instagram.
Do you know what? But you can get, yeah.
I know what you
But
said.
it's such an awesome place. But
If you know how to
this is
avoid
the
it,
issue. You can say the
yeah,
same about Dubai. It's you're never.
yeah.
I mean, the easiest thing is just stay off Instagram, then you won't see it, and you'll
Mhm.
enjoy your holiday more.
It's all those little touristy hot spots, I guess you'd class.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you know where you're going, you can avoid all of it and just have a really great time. But
Yeah.
it's these people that think the famous one in Bali is I think it's the swing. There's some famous swing, right?
Oh
Which
yeah.
goes into the ocean. Genuinely,
A swing.
a
There's a
swing. I
swing.
A
swear to God,
swing.
it's a
Bali
swing.
swing.
And now, because it's become so popular on Instagram and TikTok and things like that, Bali has, I presume the government has decided to put staff there that has limited your time you're allowed on it because there's a queue 2 hours long to get your photo on this swing.
Well, it's the same as if you look anything like that that's considered. Mention, I get you a snappable photo. In
Yeah,
Copenhagen, there was the mermaid. It
of
was the
course.
Hans
Yeah.
Christian Andersen one, right? And
Hmm.
it's quite small, so you would go, we've seen it, cycle down. It's not very big.
Unimpressive.
It's quite unimpressive, but it's cool. You go and see
Yeah.
it. But now, what's happened? I don't know if you saw it, and I'd have to find it if you do a search. Someone has made a larger one based on something else with large breasts and more human like.
More
So they've got
Instagrammable.
more Instagram. They've made a more Instagrammable version of the mermaid, right?
Amazing.
But of course, it's went up, and people are now going, and this is fantastic, and taking photos. But then you've got
The other
the
side.
extreme woke have said, well, it's disgraceful because the mermaid is attractive and more attractive than some normal girls and women walking around this village. So
A
we want to take it down.
story with a
Also not
link
real,
then.
but
Story with a link. Disappointing famous things and really good famous. Two come to mind. One in Brussels is called something called a mannequin de pisse, which is a little boy who pisses into a fountain, well, into a bucket in a fountain, and they dress him up in different things every day. And it's in a back alley somewhere, and you search forever to find this tiny little stone statue who's peeing into a pot. You think, okay, sand.
the
But
world has gone mad.
turning that around, we were lucky enough to be in Geneva, name dropping Dubai, Geneva. Look at the places we've been to for a couple of days in the summer.
Caliber of people that are on this podcast is
I
unbelievable.
know it's extraordinary, and the spout in Geneva, which is just basically water going up in the air. That's spectacular. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's things like that. And while we're on it, because we do like to give reference points, so we're not just making these things up. The statue referred to as the big-breasted mermaid, Mark, is called the Den Store Havfru. It's a 13-foot tall sculpture by Peter Betch, and it was unveiled in Copenhagen. So
See,
there you go.
that's worth, like you said, it's 13.5 foot, right? That's probably worth seeing. It's a fair size and
Well, no
all that.
wonder its breasts
well,
are
the
big.
size is
They
everything,
might be,
obviously.
listen,
Proportionate.
they might be in proportion, but the girl's
Yeah.
13 feet tall, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, see, we had a similar idea, right? In Paris, it was about
What, to
5 years.
make a big-breasted mermaid?
I mean, if I had the skills, we're talking about impressiveness and anxiety, like all that in Paris, right? If you've ever been to the Louvre,
No, no, I haven't actually. I feel really,
so
uncultured now,
oh, absolutely. So in the Louvre, there is a painting, probably the most famous painting in the world, Mona Lisa, right?
which is a lot smaller than everyone thinks,
It
right?
is tiny,
Yeah.
right? And not that great to look at, if I'm being honest. I think it's probably an unpopular opinion, but I think
You
it's
have to go and
famous.
see it.
I think it's famous because people say it's famous, right? The story of it being there's a whole conspiracy about it and all that kind of stuff, but it is behind bulletproof glass. There's a 6 foot to 10 foot, give or take, gap between you and the painting, and there's two armed guards standing in front of it with a crowd.
All of that's
Which doesn't
crazy.
really doesn't sound an enjoyable
No,
experience to
but where it was, I don't know if it's been moved since, right? But where it was is on this wall that they sort of, it wasn't a structural wall. They built this wall for this painting, right, in the middle of the room. See if you had stopped and turned around and looked at the wall behind you, there was this 60-foot painting of probably the most impressive thing I've ever seen, and no one's looking at it because of this little shitty fucking thing. It was awful. It ruined the experience because the crowd of people that are trying to see this tiny little painting is unbelievable. And I'm just
You get
thinking,
that if something is, if it's hyped up too much, then it can take away the experience. But
I'm
absolutely
pretty
does.
sure that the Mona Lisa is not hyped up too much. I think probably most people accept that it's not overhyped. I
Yeah.
mean, there's a lot of people there to
the
see it, but
experience, but the
yeah, but the
experience
experience,
perhaps.
you
I
you
don't
want a
know.
little bit more personal, don't you?
If it was a bit more personal, if the crowd was controlled more, or if Da Vinci decided,
Mm.
you know what, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, that'd have been awesome. I don't know. Certain things
So
like
maybe
that.
there you go.
Feedback for Da Vinci, I think.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think that
100%. I think
is,
he
and
needs
I
to
think
like take a
also,
listen to it.
coordinating something around the idea of Copenhagen's big lady. Maybe we just should have a big Mona Lisa.
Well,
I think the
100%. I
French should
agree.
get on
It's a
that.
challenge for
I
someone,
a
I think.
100% I agree. But if we talk, because that is one thing that I used to do pretty regular when I went on holiday, was go and see famous things like that, like museums and stuff like that, right? Been to the National History Museum in London, so stuff like that. Been to the Vatican in Rome, the Sistine Chapel. Now that's worth seeing. I'd
Yeah.
say
I've
that's
been
pretty
to
high on
Rome
that list.
twice, and on both occasions, forgotten about the Sistine Chapel.
Here's one. Remember, we were doing something about mispronunciations. Do you know that the amount of people that think that that's called the 16th chapel?
Oh, unbelievable! Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I have not heard
I
Yeah,
that.
I,
it's
I heard
it's
that once. I heard that once.
particularly, and again, we're going to blanket this and offend people, particularly apparent Americans
Of course.
refer to it as 16th chapel.
Do you know what? You can offend them
Well,
all you want,
they're
but
the
it's
same
true.
Americans who go to Edinburgh, Borough, and Bremer. They
So
go to
we
Bremer
were
to the
talking
bottom.
we were talking about summer, and I'm fearful it might have digressed too much. So
It's
what
true.
have been some pros, some real good things about summer
That's
this
not
summer?
what this
This
podcast is about, Craig. Come
I
on.
know, right? It's about the negatives, man. Come on.
Pros of the summer.
Well,
Yes,
Playing.
I'll tell you one thing
kids
that
playing, kids playing.
one thing that's been on my mind this year, specifically for Aberdeen, is our beach because of
As in a good thing.
well,
I
yes and
see.
no, right?
See,
Yes and
this is
no.
not like you because I thought this. You're going to struggle with something positive because
No, not at all.
with the glass half empty,
I'm
Sean.
working very hard on myself to remain positive here, right? The city council has decided, you know what, our beach needs a revamp. So
Yeah,
they've created this master plan and they're spending tens of millions to do it, right? And I've seen the plans for it. And in fairness to the council, it actually looks pretty decent,
it
right?
looks really
It
good,
looks amazing, right? But
doesn't it?
what I can't cope with is everybody else that comments on it with
Okay,
nothing but misery. It's
but that's
awful.
but that then we went back to that's what we're just that Dean though, isn't it? That it's very difficult
Yeah,
to, or I would go further, maybe to say Scots, maybe UK as a whole, to
maybe.
actually comment on something positively.
Yeah.
Yes, it's going to cause issues, right? But if we took a walk along yesterday and all the food vans along the
Yeah.
front. There are those little kind of saunas. The beach was absolutely buzzing. There were people in, there were people paddleboarding. There was, what do you call it, windsurfing, which looked absolutely crazy because I'm not convinced that you're able to control your own
No,
destiny and where you're
it's
going.
not for me,
But all
that
the
one.
food vans were brilliant. We went to one. It was fantastic. Yes, it's difficult traffic wise. And that big development part. But when you look at it, it's not putting something there random. It's putting something there to encourage more people to come round.
Well,
Precisely.
you've hit on a summer problem
Yeah.
as a result of things being good. We're not very good in this country, and I have to say, being parochial in Aberdeen, one of the worst places, people want to park next to the thing.
We don't want to park
I'll
somewhere
try.
else and walk.
I will totally agree with you there.
Yeah.
Having quite a large car, again,
Hmm.
first world problems. I tend to do the opposite, is to park further away
So
from
no.
things
Yeah.
or busy parking spaces because I'm worried about,
Well, and then walk
and
to
then
them.
walk, do an amazing thing called
But
walk.
but you're somebody who goes to Dubai as well, and do you walk in Dubai?
It's crazy though, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
it's mental. But
It's a
yeah,
bit
that
mental.
was one of the things that it struck me as absolutely miserable, right? Despite the fact this is going to be a massive, probably a game changer for the beach itself, right?
Looks excellent,
And
yeah.
it does look incredible. But I had the same thing in Hazelhead Park, right? Where they've got a massive dog park.
By the
Yeah,
way, everyone,
yeah.
Hayes Park is also in Aberdeen.
It is.
But
It
yeah,
is.
we're really reducing, narrowing the audience here,
No,
but just for
it's
context.
just on context as to experience that I had, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They've got a massive dog park, right, where it's completely enclosed, and it's I don't know, it's a few acres anyway, but it's completely enclosed, so you can let the dog off the lead and run around, chase the ball,
That's what it's
whatever,
for,
right?
yeah.
In the summertime, they tend to close it for repairs.
I didn't realize that. No.
Yeah, they do.
Sorry, a piece of grass needs repairing.
Yes.
It's not a
100%.
golf course, right?
No, it's not a golf course.
It's not a doggy golf course, is
Oh,
it?
I'll give you a
No.
positive. Playing golf on my local course
Yeah.
in Fife is bone dry, absolutely bone dry. Even after it's rained, it's bone dry. So at my age, my drives are going a lot further when I hit them.
Okay, what about the negative?
Going and going and going. It's
What
like
about the negative,
oh.
the putting on the greens?
No, well, they keep the greens watered, of course.
That's impossible. But when they're not, I mean, I'm bad enough at that,
Yes.
and I just can't judge it. But I do agree with
Another positive, picking up on something you said, Craig, at barbecue. We've
Brilliant.
always struggled with barbecues here. Not so much. I mean, it's a lovely day here, but inevitably about 6 o'clock it'll get a bit windy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
cool down. But it's not been doing that because I think there's been an equalization in pressures or something like that,
Yeah.
and so less wind. So the warmth has kept going, and so barbecues creates a problem because you can't cook burgers every time, can you?
Yes, you
Gotta
can.
Oh, but we've been
something.
diverse, Andrew. I mean,
Have
we
you?
went up a level. Again, it's down to the caliber of people that on this podcast. We've been doing sort of seasoned chicken, pork belly,
Okay.
pulled pork, fish, skewered prawns, and such like. I mean,
Good
we've went
prawns.
we've got upscale. We've went upscale with barbecues. This
Well, we
downside.
don't call them skewered prawns because we've gone to the next level. So we've barbecued gambas.
Oh well, look
Wow.
at that.
The same
Now
thing.
we're going all Mediterranean. This is
Or Spanish.
We're spending too much time in Greece.
wasps,
Mm.
downside wasps.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
have
that's a
been
huge one.
swarmed
I
by
have a
them.
question, and this will be a Google search for everyone. What's the point of wasps?
To sting you.
I
Nothing.
honestly, I don't
Nothing.
know.
To sting you,
I-
to piss you off, to spoil drinking in beer gardens, to spoil barbecues, and to scare children.
So that's what they were designed for.
That's what they were designed for.
there's something in it about them killing bugs or something, but like I don't. The trade-off is for me like bees and things like that. You totally get the concept of a
honey.
bee. Yeah, they pollinate.
look
They
nice.
basically save the world, right? And there's billions of them. Fair enough. Wasps, I don't know. They're just a more aggressive bee.
I won't kill anything, like any insects, anything. I'll avoid it. Wasps, I kill with pleasure. I'm not a mass murderer of
No
wasps.
issues.
Yeah,
But from what
horrible thing.
from what I understand, this time of the year they get kicked out of their hive, so they go a bit delirious looking for somewhere else.
Who by the council? Like
Queen.
the Queen.
Queen bee, yeah, Queen wasp or whatever it is. Yeah, that's what I understand. I might be wrong on that. But that's
Who
what-
moves in? We could have went down a whole different avenue there, but we
I
could
learned-
instantly
oh,
get
man,
into
honestly,
a
I
topical
learned-
offensive
I learned
post.
so much about bees watching this video. Right, there's two guys learning to be beekeepers for a day. I swear, like bees are brutal and they're so savage. It's unbelievable. Like if you're
Yeah,
a male
bees-
bee,
beehives out just out the road here that sell natural honey,
oh, amazing.
grown honey. Yeah,
It tastes so much better than in the shop.
Everything does.
But like if you're a male bee, you last a year, and you you get killed by the queen or you get kicked out and you die anyway. Honestly, it's insane. I'll send you the link to the video and I'll put it online as well. 'Cause it's
dreadful.
mental. It's so funny to watch and just savage. But
Now we've
wasp,
made this a sad episode. People are going to be in tears and crying and looking into
let me change the
the
subject
death
then,
of
guys,
bees.
because I'm missing out on summer holidays here, right? So I've got a list of places that I want to go in my life, and I've written them down. I took a little.
This is destinations as opposed to philosophical requirements.
Well, one could feed the other, but let's go with destinations, shall we?
Shoot.
But what I've discovered is something, and I've never noticed it until just about 5 minutes before we started recording this, is I quite like cold places. Do you know
I
that?
thought you were going to say Coldplay.
No, I
and
don't
I
like Coldplay.
have a rant about them as well. But cold places, okay, carry
Well,
on.
that was a
Cold-
feature of the
cold
summer
places.
holidays. We haven't spoken about that, have we? But
Exactly.
I think our
Cold-
HR
Coldplay
colleagues have done that to death.
Yeah.
Like just straight off the bat, right? Canada, Iceland, the Alps, Peru, see the Northern Lights. What summertime in cold places. What do you make of that?
Well, Iceland's got a mix, isn't it? Because they call it
Yeah.
is it the land of fire and ice. So that's Iceland's on my list as well. Would I probably rather go in summer? Yeah, cold places. I'm more
Well,
of a
the one that got me right, because Andrew, you mentioned it earlier, was Switzerland. Too, like the landscape is so dramatically different between
Mm.
winter and summertime, right?
Yeah.
But that
The
I'd
Alps in
say that
general, right?
Yeah.
the hottest place I've ever sat and had a beer was in a bar in Switzerland, halfway up a hill. It was 125. That's the hottest place
Jesus.
I've been
Wow.
supping a nice cool beer.
Death Valley.
But I don't. I think, and as I said, we were in Geneva earlier, and that wow, I mean, our Airbnb was an oven, and
Yeah.
we thought we can't wait to get out. And you walk outside, and of course, Geneva was melting. That's why that fountain was so great. You know, people were standing under it.
Yeah. If it's places that aren't built for it, yeah,
Yeah,
that
Yeah, of
haven't got
course.
the
Yeah.
infrastructure,
yeah.
yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. Anything else that was good about the summer apart from barbecues, wasps, bees, and Sean's desire
That's
to go to cool
honestly, the
places?
barbecue was a major highlight for me because obviously I was limited to what I could do, but I wore
Mm.
that thing out to the point where I needed to buy another one. So
Okay.
yeah,
Door
I've
time? I think just outdoor
Yeah,
time.
okay. Yeah.
yeah, it's been
And
really good, hasn't it? It has
I tell you
been.
the thing I've noticed in outdoor time. I mean, it is a fashion these days that men of a certain age are wearing shorts all the time, which is a bit of nonsense, to be frank.
Nonsense.
I'm in that club. I live in
It
shorts.
was,
Same.
well,
I
this
really
is
struggle
just,
to put on trousers
but
again.
I've noticed that clearly because they didn't have any shorts, a lot of these guys, they've dug in their drawers and found three-quarter length shorts that they bought
Okay.
10
No,
years
Okay.
ago.
I'm not with you on that one. I don't like
Yeah.
that.
And
They're
you
not
think,
even
no, don't
shorts.
do that. No.
No,
Yeah,
no.
they're not. They came in, didn't they? You're right. They came in a few years ago that someone decided, listen, we're going to create these god awful things
Uh,
that are in between shorts and trousers. So basically, you can tan the bit between your
yeah,
ankles and
which is, why would you
your
do
lower
that?
People
legs.
don't do that now. That's something that's getting to me now is, and I'm going to use the younger generation here, is they wear shorts, right? Or these stupid three-quarter length things, but with like proper socks rather than like little
Yeah,
socks.
that's a weird thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's getting to
Pulled
me.
right up.
Yeah, that's getting to me, if
Yeah.
I'm being honest. It stresses
Uh,
me out and I don't understand it.
There's a kind of slightly 1930s America type look that they're sort of going for in a bizarre sort of way that I don't get, you know?
Honestly, it stresses me out. It's like I've been told by my wife several times that I am not fashion forward. I'm okay with that because that really
Well, there isn't
confuses
really,
me.
what I mean, what is a summer fashion? A t-shirt and if you're in hot weather shorts, fair enough. But it's difficult to have summer fashion because you haven't got much scope, have you really?
Yeah, I
Not
get.
really.
You know that. I mean, there's colors and things. I mean, yeah, I like clothes, but I don't know what a certain summer style is. Just shorts and t-shirt. I mean, I've lived in shorts and t-shirt.
Same here.
I and then where I struggle is looking at the wardrobe. Where's that in between? You know, where it's like you're working. It's a pair of trousers and a polo shirt. You know, 'cause you certainly can't be walking about in a suit
Uh-huh.
in
Yeah.
weather like that. You know,
It just
it's
Well,
worries
here's
me sometimes. I see like photographs of me. I think, I like that t-shirt. I like it so much. I'm in every summer holiday photograph with.
that's that point, isn't it? Where, people are rejigging things from their wardrobe from 10 years ago.
Yes.
So I guess the
guys,
note
you
there
guys
is
need to simplify, honestly.
update your clothes.
My wardrobe is
Update.
ridiculous. I've got four different colors of t-shirts, right? That's it. I bought them all at the same time, and I bought like three of the same t-shirt, and I bought four
Yeah,
different
you do
colors.
is it the Mark Zuckerberg thing? Is it, no, was it Mark Zuckerberg or was it,
He
who was
does. He wears the same thing every single day.
but yeah, he's
Jobs
several
are the same.
versions of the same thing.
Yeah, I don't see why you would do anything different. Honestly, it's like two hoodies, pair of jeans, job done, some shorts. That's it. That's all you need. It's ridiculous. See, because when I go on holiday now, right, I've not owned a suitcase for at least 6 years. I've just not needed to. I take a backpack with me.
You just buy as you go. So you're like a Jack Reacher type guy.
Yeah, you've got some
You
bad
just
news, Sean, because
Not as extreme, but yeah,
you've got a kid now. Your full 22 kilos will be taken up
her stuff.
first time you go on holiday with kid
Yeah, and
thing,
it'll just
you
be
know.
me and my
yeah.
toothbrush. Just yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I have
And then you
yeah.
have
I'm
to get
not
one of those
quite as extreme.
special, we could get a bit old. You have to get one of those special suitcases with wheels on
You
that they
can
can
ride on.
sit on and
Oh,
go through airports on and things like that.
yeah. Well, that's one where you
Oh,
get the
I'll tell you,
all sorts of directions.
before just come into my head of being in an airport, given holidays and so on. And there was this family walking towards me, and there was a daughter slightly older than a son, and the daughter was wearing a t-shirt that said on it, "It was him," with an arrow pointing to the boy, the wee boy.
Oh my God!
I like that.
I thought it was a great
Wow,
t-shirt.
fair enough.
I like funny holiday t-shirts. That's a like those. There was one that I saw, and hold on, what did it say again? Oh, I don't. What is it? I'm not deaf. I just have selective hearing, and you're not selected. And I thought that was brilliant. That was brilliant.
That's a dad t-shirt, isn't it?
That oh, was it? Yeah, the guy was walking about. Everyone was walking about like with really nice clothes on, and this guy rocked up just owning it with that, with a sweaty t-shirt with that on it. And
Why
I
not,
thought,
man?
you win.
Why
You
not?
win.
But yeah, you've seen basically last time I was on a plane, right, was going to Cyprus, funnily enough, and there was a stag do on the plane as well. You ever been on a stag do abroad in summer?
No,
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 no, I
I've
don't think.
that
brutal.
sounds like potentially the worst possible thing.
I've been on a plane with a hen do, and it was dreadful.
Why were you in a Hindu?
Listen, that's a whole different.
Yeah,
Listen,
that's a
that's a whole,
different
it's an
game.
hired entertainment. No, I was on,
Okay, okay.
and they were on. I was traveling. I think I was traveling myself. I was coming back from
Difficult.
somewhere, and there was a bunch of them on it, middle-aged Hindu, and it was yeah, it was dreadful. It was
Uh,
utter. It was
honestly.
awful. The noise levels were dreadful, up and down from the seats, and again, I realize that the caliber of people in this podcast I referred to again, I probably should have been in business.
Well, it's summer, and in Edinburgh, across the river from me, there's the festival thing. In St. Sean, we were across a lot of drunks this Saturday, last Saturday of the festival, really bad. Well, coming back on the train, trying to avoid all of that by going early, 8:30. It's not particularly late, is it? It was a couple of Germans who are obviously staying in Fife, and they sat down, and this drunk guy from Kirkcaldy sat in front of this poor boy and introduced himself. From Kirkcaldy, Scotland, Scotland, Scotland. Well, he punctuated that with the F word, Scotland. You German? German, German, German. And he got up and down, and he kept going and forth and shaking this boy's hand. So you're German? I'm Scottish. Hate the English. Shake your hand.
Oh God.
And I
Oh,
thought, you poor guy, you just met the worst possible person you could. But the lovely bit was this guy was on the train with half a dozen other guys, and they got off at the wrong stop. They got off 2 stops early, and
oh
they were
no.
shouting at each other. I thought, yes, result. They're walking the streets of Down, thinking, this is not Kirkcaldy.
And you know,
But yeah,
I'll tell
trains
you,
with situations like that aren't
yeah,
good.
I'll tell you something that I have spotted every time I've been abroad is I have discovered it. Whenever I've been abroad, somebody's asked me, "Are you English?"
Yeah.
And I say, "No, I'm Scottish," and their demeanor just flips like that. Just
You're on difficult ground now. You're now
it's
offending
true.
lots of people out
I'm not
there.
offending anyone. That's personal experience. They lift themselves up.
I'm in Dubai.
Yeah, I've
It's when people ask you directions because you look as
oh,
if
Must
you
be
know
the
what you're
beard.
doing,
Right?
and you ask directions and you go over there.
Yeah, that way.
just point the opposite way that you're going because you'll never see
Yeah.
them again.
Yes, yeah.
It'll be fine.
Well, okay. Now that's an interesting thing. Meeting people on holiday, striking up holiday friendships. Now I don't know which box to put that in of
Yeah.
good
Okay, of
things or
good. Yeah,
bad
yeah.
things because it
Generally,
can be
I
it can be a toughie, that can't it?
yeah, generally
You
in recent
know.
years I've avoided it. I've been
We
Mm.
do it
pleasant,
all the
you
Well,
know.
with
time.
your swim up pool in your posh bit of the
Yeah,
Cyprus.
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. You know, you're friendly with people, you'll chat away and stuff like that, but it generally doesn't go much further than that for me.
Mhm.
I'm
See, we do it all the time, but well, but Evans said it's my fault because my wife tells me that I would befriend a bar stool. I just talk to people when we go, so we always tend to meet.
So you might be the person
I
that
might be
people
the
don't want to
person.
meet.
I might be that person. I just chat away to
I
people.
could I could see that couple saying, "No, don't go up there. He's at the bar again. Don't no,
He's
don't go there."
he's talking. He talks to people. He's friendly. Avoid him.
But see, that's the thing, right? Because even if you do make friends with people, right? It's obviously it's in a friendship with an expiry date, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
unless you have the the absolute misfortune that I had once when I was in Turkey, where I was with my family and we met another family and we were being friendly to start with, and then we discovered that they turned out to be asses. They were just dickheads, right? But
Yeah, that's a
what we
tough
then
one.
discovered was they lived not too far away from us
Oh
when we got
no.
back home. And I'm not talking like round the corner, it was probably about 45
So,
minutes
so
away.
if they're listening to this podcast because you've invited them for a meal,
Absolutely.
they
They're
know
sitting there
exactly
thinking that's
that must
us.
be
Yeah.
us. In
Yeah.
Turkey, was
Or
We
you know,
thought we were buddies.
yes.
yes.
Honestly, it took quite a lot to kind of filter that out, you know, because you don't want that. So if you do meet people on holiday, first thing you ask them, where are you from?
Where you
Because
from?
then you know.
But there's what's that 4 degrees of separation? It's amazing how
Yeah, I've
close.
had that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, you
yeah.
Yeah.
most places. Avoid that. Just the I've seen it in it was in a TV show. What was it called? Doesn't
I don't
matter. But anyway, say something really inappropriate. Say if you're trying to get rid of someone and they got just say something completely inappropriate and uncomfortable, and instantly, that'll be it. We don't want to meet those guys.
So it's something like meet my friend the bar stool,
Yeah, yeah, that's
Uh,
it. Or something
or you could just
inappropriate.
talk to the bar stool for a minute.
Yes,
oh, I
something like
yeah.
that, and,
Yeah.
they will avoid you. You enjoy the rest of your holiday. Perfect. You haven't offended them,
Not a
and
bad
they're
shout, to
worried
be
about
honest.
offending you, but they'll just ignore you and you go
Yeah,
on the
there was
holiday.
a comedian that said similar story actually. He goes, if you meet somebody that you want to get away from, and think, you break the ice, have a good icebreaker to start with, but when he goes, when you're finished, unbreak the ice, freeze it back over, say something so bad.
That's it. That's
So he's
exactly the same
like,
thing.
it's like, all right, I'll see you later. Death comes to us all, and just walk away. And he's left there
He's
thinking, the
left to
fuck was
sit there. Go,
that?
what did he mean? What?
Yeah, so something
Oh,
similar to that.
it's
So,
it's been great. It's been great to come on a holiday after getting out.
oh, that's a belter. I'm going to steal that from you.
Yeah,
I'm going to use that from
yeah.
now on. That's an excellent thing to
Do
say
you
to
want, do you
somebody.
want the best holiday coincidence story of all time? And it's not mine. I can't claim it. It's a gentleman called Richard. Royal Richards passed away. He was on a holiday in York, and he wanted to see a football match, and they told him to go to a certain pub down one of the back alleys in York in a shambles or whatever. And he was sitting there watching this football match, having a pint, and he overheard somebody behind him talking about holidays on Sky. And they were talking about great holidays they'd had on Skye and this farm and so on, and how there was a lovely little family next door. He used to play football with him in the grounds and so on and so forth. Richards listened to this and he turns around to this guy and taps him on the shoulder and says, "That was me."
Oh my God.
And this
Oh
was the guy
no!
that they'd had summer holidays with when they were a kid in the middle of nowhere in York.
Wow,
Isn't that
Unbelievable.
great stories? I love stories like that.
Yeah.
definitely.
Here's my question before wrapping out is holiday destination that you've never been to, but you want to
But
go.
you want
But
to
never
go?
been to want to go. You want to go there.
Yes. Yes. Because we've
Oh,
all got
I've got
those.
a
We've all got
lot.
that list of places, haven't we? We've all got those list of
Well,
places.
I can answer that quite simply, but I always get it wrong. I was talking to somebody about desperate to go to Mexico because I wanted to go to Machu Picchu, and they looked at me and think,
So,
"You're an idiot."
yeah,
Yeah,
Peru.
but
Yeah,
I'd rather go to Peru to go to Machu Picchu now, as I've realised.
yeah.
Um, daft. Yeah, I'd love to go there, but I'd love to go when there's nobody else around, and I think that time
Hmm.
has
Tough
passed.
going.
I
Yeah.
think you're stuck there, to be honest.
Mhm.
Yeah. See, I had a similar vibe. I wanted to go to base camp of Everest.
Okay.
I'm not interested anymore to reach the top of it. I don't think because
Yeah, I think
I've
that's
watched too
probably
many
safe.
I've watched too many documentaries about it. And there's one on Netflix that I'd highly recommend called 14 Peaks.
Yeah, I've seen
Uh,
it.
oh, unbelievable.
By Sharper,
That's
So,
the guy.
yeah,
so the top of Everest is the extreme version of your Bali swing, where
pretty
people queue
much.
up
Yeah,
all day
but
to
that's
have
the
their
Crazy,
thing.
Instagram
yeah. Yeah,
photographs.
Nothing.
except more dangerous.
But that's the thing. Nothing that difficult should have a queue.
No,
Right?
that's what Bob. That's what they said. That's what's made it so dangerous now that
It's
people are unequipped to go it, but they've got the money to get there, and you've
yeah,
got experienced climbers. Ant
yeah,
Middleton did one there, and he thought he'd almost died because they were being held back
yeah.
by people that had no business being up there.
Yeah, but I'd happily go to base camp and see it because you climb to the top of Everest and you see this great vast view of the world that doesn't include Everest.
Yeah,
That,
yeah,
that would
I
that
get.
would
Yeah,
that would get to me. But if you see
Okay.
base camp, you can see the top of it on a good day, I guess. On a
I've
bad day,
got a couple. Brazil that was one, but South Africa. I'd love to go to South Africa as well.
oh,
Any,
listen,
just South Africa in general, or any?
Well, I'd like to do a little bit tour, do safari, in a couple of areas of there.
I
brother-in-law's
I took some
from South
security
African.
advice. Was in Cape Town. Took some security advice. Always have a wallet with some cash in and your credit card in your back pocket. So if you get accosted, give them your wallet and you're fine. So
Yeah.
we went to a restaurant and my card fell out of my back pocket in the restaurant. And the hotel couldn't find it. So I did the exact thing you shouldn't do. I walked all the way back to the restaurant by myself.
Oh dear.
to try and
Exactly
get
what
my
you're told
card.
not to do.
And it was great because the guy said, your card. We bought a suit, 2 TVs, and booked a holiday base camp in America. Thank you very much.
Brilliant.
South Africa's nice, but it's, I think,
Yeah.
problems.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
It's those ones. It's timing, right? Brazil's always going to be one of those ones, and I'll do it. I'd like to do a tour of the Americas in general, but a little bit of time. In
There's
fact,
very
that would
few
probably be
places,
one.
very few places left where it isn't
That's a
tourism
problem. Yeah,
central.
it's because of TV and social
Yeah.
media now.
That's the thing. The world's gotten a lot smaller, isn't it? You can get pretty
for
much
sure,
anywhere.
for sure.
For Brazil, for example, I had a friend that went to Brazil and he says, "Don't go there without a bodyguard."
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So, okay. Well, I presume it's a specific part that he was at rather than the whole country.
Yeah, but that's also because your friend was Bono from U2, wasn't
Might
it?
have been. If my friend was Bono, I wouldn't be working where I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is fair. But yeah, my brother-in-law is South African as well. He says it's a beautiful place. Power cuts a lot in South Africa, apparently. No idea why. Infrastructure, I guess.
I'm sure I don't remember saying this. When we first met, she was about to go on holiday to stay with her sister and her husband in their holiday home that they have, okay? And I'll give you £1 million if you can guess where the holiday home was.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No.
Beirut.
Wow. Wow.
Why would you have a holiday home there?
Well, Ali Banese, so he's got a house in Beirut. But you can imagine my reaction was Beirut. You got a holiday in Beirut.
Yeah, that's one of those head scratchers.
Yeah, but it's really nice.
I bet it would be.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of these areas. So
Well, do you know, I saw online this guy, right, who after the attacks in Paris happened a few years back, right? That was the first place he went, and he does this all the time.
You'll go. It's a hedge fund management. It's you look at somewhere where there's war, where there's danger, and then you'll get massively reduced prices.
Yeah, and security is at its highest because they don't want it to happen again.
I mean, hey, yeah, you may get killed,
Awesome
you may not make it back, but hey, you get a cheap holiday, right?
Well, this is the factor, but I'd rather avoid it if possible.
Yeah.
When we were coming home,
there was nobody
Paris,
there, but all the restaurants were flattened.
Yeah, lovely landscape. When we were in Paris, actually, we saw the military wandering around places like around the Eiffel Tower as well, but Notre Dame as well, stuff like that. And we actually got evacuated from the terminal in the airport coming home because there was a mysterious bag left. Turned out just somebody walked away and forgot his bag. But honestly, the reaction was unbelievable. I don't want to be a part of anything like that.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I suppose there you go. That's one of the things we do now, that we live in a global village and we can go wherever we want. That other people are doing it too, and they're maybe not as nice as we sometimes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's true. Yeah,
Well, it seems a good place to wrap things up.
Well, it's Bank Holiday Monday. Well, not in Scotland where we are, but we seem to benefit partially from that, and the sun shining. So there's a barbecue for Sean later on. Some
gambas,
prawns on a stick.
Yeah, I feel like you said that as if I'm not going to do that. That's 100% what I'm going to go and do.
Excellent.
Well, you got to utilize it while you can, because we don't
while it's here.
Yeah,
exactly.
100%. Yeah, so we'll enjoy it. Well,
enjoy the barbecues, everyone.
It's been good.
Speak to you soon.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.